Hello and welcome to my simple zombie villager converter farm tutorial. Now this design was created not necessarily from necessity but majority from laziness, in which I would just like to press a button every way down the step and it would do all of my villager business for me. All I need to do is just click whenever it's time to move on. So here's how it works. Essentially you have your villagers right here, you toss them some bread, they'll breed up. Once they breed, they make some babies, and the babies will fall down. We'll simulate that right here, and they'll go down to the little chamber right here. After a little while, they'll grow up, and let's just, pretend that they bred quite a bit more than that so that we can go through the demonstration better. Next, you press this button right here, sends a minecart out, the villager gets converted, it's done being converted, you send him along, and he goes into his holding chamber. Do that once more for the other cell, press this button right here to splash them with weakness, and then give them their apples. Then, after about 3 to 5 minutes, your villagers will be cured and you can start cycling trades. To do this, just where the heck did you come from? To do this, place a lectern, wait for them to see the trades, see what they have, see if you like it. If you don't, break it, replace it, and repeat till you find something that you like. Trade once to lock in the trade. Now, if he ever turns into a zombie again, he will always keep that trade. He can never lose this trade. He will always be a librarian with those trades. Now, you can either be met with a choice. You have the trades you want, you have the villagers you want. You can either choose to send your villagers off into your trading system, pretend he didn't die, or you can choose to send the villager back into the system to be zombified again, in which case receiving a higher discount and lower cost trades. Now before you decide to build this design, or villager breed in general, I would like to make it abundantly clear that you must have game rule mob griefing set to true in order to breed. Otherwise, villagers will not pick up food and thus not breed. Additionally, one of the weaknesses of this design could be the fact that it can only cure 2 villagers at a time, i.e. this splash potion can only splash 2 at a time. However, I would consider that one of its strengths. You see, this design is nearly infinitely tileable up to the limits of your render distance essentially. It can be split into 4 elements: the breeding and zombifying chamber, the beginning of the storage cell, the middle of the storage cell, and the end of the storage cell. The difference between these 3 sections being the inclusion of a lever right here to send the villager away or back in, and the absence of a torch right here such that this can be controlled by the player. The center bit is just the center bit, and the beginning is lacking a piece of redstone here and here, similar to this section right here, because once again this fence gate right here is to be controlled by the player and not by the presence of a minecart in this position. The tileable nature of this design essentially allows us to create a storage system as large as we really want. This gives us the benefit of, instead of waiting 3 to 5 minutes for 2 to cure, we can cure really as many as we want, just with the click of the button and then a run of the apple click. Then after another 3 to 5 minutes, you're left with quite the substantial amount of cured villagers, which you can then of course choose to do whatever you feel with. I would also like to note the importance of this glass, or really any other barrier between you and the zombie if you're playing in survival. If the zombie can see you, he will not target the villager. He will not attack the villager. Not until you stand behind a barrier will he actually decide to attack. I would also like to note that the placement of these slabs is important. These slabs, or really any other block you choose to put there, just as long as there is something in between the villagers and any lightning that comes down to try and turn them into witches. Though you can place slabs right above the villager's head like this, don't do it. Villagers require 2 blocks above beds in order to recognize them as valid breeding beds so that they can actually use, and this row of slabs right here will actually make this read as a block and a half. Thus, these villagers won't breed. That was a problem that I ran into a couple of times trying to figure this out. Don't do that. I don't plan on doing a tutorial for this. You can have this series of images instead that build it from top to bottom, but I will be including a world download should I figure out how to do so. And along with that, you might see these red and blue dots that I have all over the place. That's just for light Matica. If you want to use it, it makes it very easy to just select the entire thing with everything you need, and all the bits, all this stuff has it. So yeah, that's the business. If you would like a significantly more technical and a significantly more automated version, you can check out the next video that I'm posting tomorrow. I'll link it in the description of this video, so whenever that video is up tomorrow, you can just click it there. It is, in my opinion, a lot more fun and a lot more impressive to have around. So you can check out that one if you like, and if I missed anything in this video, any little bits in here, you can yell at me for it in the comments. You have my permission. And with that, thanks for watching. Bye bye.